Tonight we're going in depth on illegal immigration again. Tulsa Mayor Monroe Nichols has some Oklahoma Republicans upset after saying the Tulsa Police Department has no plans in place in helping Immigration and Customs Enforcement remove illegal immigrants from Tulsa. We caught up with the mayor yesterday to ask him about his stance. Here is what he said in full.
No plans and no interest in participating in that level. I think what everybody should also recognize is that there actually isn't a plan right now. There's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of talk. There's no plan. But from the start of my administration and even before I took office, the message was clear. The Tulsa Police Department's here to maintain public safety. We are not here to enforce immigration laws. We are not immigration police. We are folks here to make sure that we're keeping people safe, and that's what we're going to continue to focus on.
So just to recap real quick, he says there is currently no plan in place for TPD to assist ICE. We also know, after speaking with those in law enforcement as far back as last spring when we were covering illegal immigration back then, that there is a balance that many in local law enforcement are trying to achieve when carrying out the law while gaining the trust of their Latino communities to fight other crimes. But the mayor, we will report, is correct in saying that there is no clear plan in place right now when it comes to the role of TPD and deportation plans. We'll explain. There are no clear plans in place for any law enforcement agency right now, but as we have reported on this program, plans are in the works. Last month, Governor Kevin Stitt ordered Public Safety Commissioner Tim Tipton to meet with state, county, and local law enforcement to come up with a plan for mass deportations that is due on his desk just days before Trump returns to the White House. That plan is called Operation Guardian. It is not formal yet.
So I look at it solely from a public safety and national security standpoint, and that is my focus on what we need to do to make a safer nation and a safer state of Oklahoma.
Tipton said he believes the main focus and what will take place when all the talking is done is that criminals are not just already in Oklahoma prisons, but there are also illegal immigrants who have committed other crimes that are in county jails and are currently out on bail pending charges. Tipton says he was not working out any plans for any roundups of children or anything like that. The prime focus are those who commit crimes other than the crime they've already committed of crossing the border illegally. Oklahoma Attorney General Gentner Drummond also appeared on this program last month to say he is still working out a plan and he's going to be advising state, county, and local law enforcement, but there is nothing firm yet on what they should put in place.
There are 1.4 million illegal aliens in the United States under deportation orders. Biden administration catch and release philosophy, come back in 18 months, doesn't work. I anticipate that President Trump will direct local, state, and federal law enforcement to round up those 1.4 million and deport them.
The Attorney General says in the coming weeks, he expects to release guidance on how police and other law enforcement agencies should go about their business once deportation plans start to get underway. Drummond, like Tipton, said there is a lot of low-hanging fruit in Oklahoma prisons, as well as those already arrested for crimes like robbery, rape, murder, or theft. Just to recap those numbers for you, here is the number the Oklahoma Department of Corrections told state lawmakers a couple of months ago about illegal immigrants in Oklahoma prisons. There are nearly 600 illegal immigrants in Oklahoma prisons, 549 to be exact. They are in prison because they've been convicted of another crime after they've committed the original crime of entering the country illegally. The state estimates housing those inmates who are set to be deported after they finish their sentences cost around $36,000 a day of taxpayer funds. Complicating what local police departments will and will not do is the fact that last spring, Oklahoma state lawmakers passed a local immigration law, but then it was challenged by the Biden administration. Drummond says with the Biden administration no longer in power to challenge Oklahoma, he believes the state will soon make illegal immigration a state-level offense, which local police departments will have to enforce.
Well, I think that we recognize the deficiency. Nobody was enforcing this area, and it's a public safety and a national security issue. So our legislators appropriately responded to our call for stronger immigration laws. They passed it, and coincidentally, within the day that it became effective, the Biden administration sued the state of Oklahoma. So we have the United States versus Oklahoma in this action that is going up through the appellate court. I anticipate that with the Trump administration, that lawsuit will be dismissed.
Now, once the legal challenge is dropped, likely in some time in 2025, being illegally in the country while also being in Oklahoma at the same time will be a crime. A first offense will be a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail and or a fine of up to $500, and the individual would be required to leave the state within 72 hours of release from custody. A second or subsequent offense would be a felony, punishable up to 2 years in prison and or a fine of $1,000, as well as being kicked out of the state.